Hello everyone, welcome back to the Node.js series. In our previous video, we learned what Node.js is. Now, let's understand something more interesting. If JavaScript was originally designed to run inside a browser, then how does Node.js executes JavaScript outside the browser? To understand that, we need to understand two things. First, what the V8 engine actually is, and second, the complete picture of how Node.js works behind the scenes. So let's start with the basics. Every computer's processor only understands one language, that is machine code. It doesn't understand JavaScript, Python, or any other programming language directly. So, when you write a program in any programming language, something needs to translate that code into machine code so that the computer can actually understand. That's exactly what V8 engine does. V8 is simply a JavaScript engine developed by Google. In simple terms, it is a program whose only job is to take your JavaScript code and execute it by converting it into machine code. V8 was originally built for Google's Chrome so that the browser could run JavaScript on web pages. But V8 itself has no dependency on the browser. It is just a JavaScript execution engine. Here is an important catch. Since V8 doesn't depend on the browser, it can be taken out of Chrome and placed anywhere else that needs to run JavaScript. And that's exactly what Node.js does. Node.js embeds V8 inside itself and uses it as the engine that executes JavaScript. So when you run a JavaScript file using Node.js, it is a V8 engine working behind the scenes to actually execute your code. When you run a JavaScript file using Node.js, V8 starts executing your code. That part we already know. But the moment your code asks for something like reading a file, making a network call, or setting a timer, V8 steps back because that's not its job. libuv is the component that handles all these background operations for Node.js. Whenever there is a task such as reading from a file or writing on a network response, Node.js hands the task over to libuv. libuv takes care of it in the background, completely separate from the V8. And this is the important part. While libuv is busy handling the task, V8 doesn't wait. It simply continues running the rest of your JavaScript code. Nothing gets blocked. Once libuv finishes the task, say the file has been read, it brings the result back, and Node.js runs your corresponding function with that result. So overall, the working of Node.js can be understood as a partnership between two components. V8 that executes the JavaScript code, libuv it handles the background time-taking operations. This partnership is exactly why Node.js is so efficient. Your program never sits idle, waiting for slow operations. V8 keeps running your code, while libuv quietly works in the background. So finally, let's look into three things from this video. First, V8 is Google's JavaScript engine. Its only job is to execute JavaScript. Second, V8 cannot handle things like files, networks, or timers on its own. Third, because of the teamwork between V8 and libuv, Node.js can run your code very efficiently. So in this video, we understood how Node.js works internally. In our next video, we are going to learn the complete architecture of Node.js. Thank you for watching.